I got this foam board from Dollar Tree. All it takes is just one. And then I got this windmill blade template off of Pinterest. I'm just placing the template on top of my foam board, and I'm just tracing 7 of these blades right out. Once I have them all traced out, I then am just using a very sharp box cutter to cut them all out. Make sure you put something underneath to protect the surface that you are working on. And please be careful while doing this since you are using a very sharp box cutter. And once you have those all cut out, I'm just using some red and blue acrylic paint. You're going to use the white acrylic paint later, but you could use any kind of chalk paint or acrylic paint that you want. So I am just painting 3 of the blades in red. This did take a couple of coats, so you just want to allow each coat to dry in between. And then I did 2 of the blades in blue. And again, you want to allow these all to completely dry before moving on. So once dry, I felt like the color was just a little too bright for my needs. So I went over it with this Waverly Antique Wax. I just brushed some on with my paintbrush and then using a clean towel to wipe off any excess. And this just leaves you with a darker color and also a nice weathered look. And I just did the same thing to my blue blades as well. You want to just put those blades aside to let them dry. And then I got these wooden letters off of Amazon. I'm painting 3 of the letters in blue, and then 2 of the letters in white, and then the other 2 in red. And again, with the blue and red letters, I felt like they were too vibrant, so I went over them with the antique wax, just brushed it on with my paintbrush, and then wiped off the excess with a clean towel. So now I had this pumpkin wreath form, but you could use any kind of wreath form from Dollar Tree. And I'm just using some wire cutters to cut apart this entire wreath form. And I'm using these wires that I cut off of the wreath form to hot glue on the back of each of the blades. So you want to make sure that you do have about 1 inch or 2 hanging off the edge of each of the blades. And you just want to do this to all 7 of the blades. I then had some excess foam board left on that sheet that I used previously. So I just created a circle and just cut that out using my box cutter. I then cut that circle in half. And this is going to be the piece that holds all the blades together. So I just placed that half circle down, and then I started to place the blades surrounding that half circle. So I just eyeballed this, but if you want to use a ruler to do this, by all means, you could do that as well. Once I had them all aligned, I just placed some hot glue down and held the wires until they were completely adhered. And just an FYI, you do not want to be shy when it comes to hot glue for this project. So I had some excess wires and I just hot glued them in between 2 of the blades to connect them all together. And ta-da! Look at how gorgeous this looks. I love it. So now I'm just grabbing those wooden letters. And I did spell out the word welcome. So I just placed those on the top of the blades, and I'm just using some hot glue to adhere them to the foam board. I cannot get over how stinking adorable this is coming out. I then just had this metal star that came off of a Dollar Tree sign. So I'm just applying some Mod Podge on top of it. And then I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon on top of it. dabbing it with my finger to make sure that all the cinnamon adheres. And then I am just putting some more Mod Podge on top of the cinnamon. And I'm just dabbing that Mod Podge on top of the cinnamon. And this leaves you with a rustic looking star. So I just hot glued that onto the center of that half circle. And then to be able to hang it on your wall, I did just hot glue some jute string onto the back of the center blade with that C on it. And there you go, guys. I hope this inspires you to create your own. If it did, please be sure to sprinkle the love. Thank you so, so much. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.